taking
What
the
do you know?
photographs now, see? And
There
listening
you
to
are.
the
I see you,
conversation.
Hilda.
I can see the red light.
Uh-huh. John's going to explain how it works here.
Well,
And it's all on a piece of tape. And you see that little black box on top of the box?
yes.
Hello.
Well, that's a cassette.
Hello.
It fits in.
And that's what you're going to take the film.
Yeah, it's something like it produced as one like that. You see?
Well, what do you know? This is better than taking photographs, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Yeah. Does it take sound as well?
That's right. We can hear everything you say.
Look, this push this thing in
Yes.
that machine there.
Yes, and it shows the
Television.
film.
Yes, it comes upon the television screen.
Well, what do you know?
Shows them this.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
You ladies,
Even
You-
that's almost obsolete.
it's Barbara and Mary.
That's all there is to it.
Star Trek.
You want,
And the rehearsal sort of like an hour and a half on that.
An hour and a half. Okay.
I go cross-eyed looking through that thing. I
Well, I
can't
don't
use it
know.
because I can't.
How lovely. I mean, being able to relive your holiday when you get back.
well, that's what we hope. We took pictures yesterday of
Trouble
The wedding?
it can be when you just have to start your holiday because you spend so much time with the cameras.
we took pictures of the wedding with the organ music and with the procession down the aisle and the vows and everything.
Oh, yes, because it's because of Rena's wedding.
Yeah.
Daughter's wedding. Well, you see, I've never met Rena's children, I don't think.
You have?
Have we?
Yes. Francine was here at your birthday party last year here in the summer.
Oh, Francine, the name rings a bell.
Francine's Rena's daughter
Daughter, yes.
and Miles is.
Yes, but I've only seen them, I've seen them so rarely. They don't
Yeah, it's true, you haven't seen
register.
them all, but they were here last year.
Well, that's why I don't.
Oh, and it was
I
there
don't get mine.
In
21st.
fact, they were the grandchildren who came. Rena came. But the Harms children didn't. Yes.
Going like this, in red.
Yeah, that's when it's on.
Dithering.
You gonna sing some? You gonna sing something for us, Hayden?
You're having your photograph taken?
Oh, I'll be smiling then.
What were you singing, Hayden? I heard you singing.
Yes, all right now. Yeah. Is it taking me photograph?
It's taking your photograph. When we play it back on the television
How
set,
long does it take it to take it?
you'll be able to see yourself.
He'll be
It's
able to
moving.
see himself. You mean
Not, well, we don't have, we can't
would it-
play it back
did
here
they like
because
that?
you have different televisions.
Oh, I see.
It blinks red. It blinks the red light when
But
it's
actually,
working.
if you were at home, you could display it on the television instantly.
Yes, you can actually put it straight from the camera into there and monitor it.
Yeah, actually, you can see it on the little, I can play it back for you on that little viewfinder.
Well, oh, that's right. We can't play it. I'm sorry. I apologize. We have a different format than English machines, so we won't be able to look at it today.
No.
Unless you want to look through the viewfinder.
Oh, there they are together.
You know, you can see it.
Yes,
but
after
it's-
60 years.
Well, I apologize. You won't be able to see it until we get it converted to the English format.
Well, it's all right. I've seen him for 60 years. It doesn't.
Okay.
60 years old.
No, we've been married for 60 years.
Who was?
We have.
I don't think so, no.
Well, that's a compliment.
Seems longer still, doesn't it?
60 years. That's something to say.
1929. 1929. How old were you then,
Yeah,
Bob?
so it's
I
like
wasn't
60.
born.
You. Oh,
79.
I was born in 1935.
1935.
1935.
And Mary was born in 1932.
Yes.
Yes, knowing that we were going to see it today, I've been thinking back to Grassington, you know. We used to go up on the holidays. On that occasion, when we went up on, we used to go by bus. Shut up a minute, love.
Well,
Change
he's just
Skipton.
having
Yeah.
Change at
background.
Skipton. and
Noise.
sitting on the front of a bus with a film director.
I know, I remember that.
I remember that too, yes.
Do you think he really was a film director?
And taking the meat ration.
He was just the guy who sells Eskimos fridges.
I thought it was black.
He's on his off days.
Gee. I don't
But it wasn't
remember.
Griffiths.
Wait, I'm not with you.
We were trying to remember his name.
This film director.
Yes, I thought it was black. Somebody black.
Oh, I can't remember her name. But
There you
it was
are.
quite interesting, wasn't it?
Howard Hughes.
You can't help wondering why if it was a film director.
Why was
It,
on
it
the
wasn't
bus?
in the spoofing.
Oh, because he was Howard Hughes,
Oh, well,
the
it was the
travelling
petrol,
incognito.
the petrol rationing period, you see. That's why,
That was one of the things he said, because I wondered about that. What was he doing on the bus?
yes, it was the petrol rationing. And it was also quite interesting because he was interested in the civic, wasn't he? I was telling him about
Yes,
the civic theatre.
and I was just eating mints and taking deep breaths because I was sick.
Now, which sim?
We were
Which-
always on the upstairs.
On the bus.
I was always sick.
Were you? I don't remember
Yes.
this.
Oh, yes. And even when we took that road to Grassington from Skipton, you know, the other day, I
Dan,
said, it's
can you
like,
leave this great romance and have a drink of tea?
Oh yes, I must have some tea.
Do
That'd
you
be
have
fun.
sugar?
A little, just a touch. Thank you.
before your eye falls off.
Huh?
How old are you now, Barbara?
I'm 54. I'll be 55 in December.
When we used to go up there, it used to be during the war, wasn't it?
Must have been.
1915, I think. Because Mary would be 13 then. No. I'm thinking of that.
Oh, you got a long way around, haven't you?
Dan, do you want some tea now?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That's yours,
Thank you.
Dan, here.
Right here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ice cream ones. Ah, those are the days. I can see that red light twinkling.
Fish and chips were 1 and 6 or something
I
like
say,
Yeah, fish and chips.
is it photographing?
So that will be about.
Are we talking all the time?
It is at the moment. Yes, we can hear it and see you.
Okay.
Do you want to tell me that story again about Haydn's medals? When you got married, you say you didn't know he played the cornet?
I haven't got that. Tell me, Barbara, what did you say?
When
You
you
were-
got married, did you know that Hayden played the cornet?
No, it was
Oh.
6 months afterwards that somebody turned up with a boot box full of medals, and I took the lid off and said, "What's this lot?" You see, and they were all gold medals. And he said, "Oh well, I won those when I played the cornet."
And
Now,
it's the
which time in years he hadn't played the cornet once since we'd been married, and apparently his father, who was a brass band leader, you see, had taught him the cornet, and he'd overdone it, and eventually he had got what's called a soft lip or something, and he couldn't play it anymore. So I never heard it being
you
played.
did you never hear Hayden play?
No,
Is that right? Did you make a recording, Hayden?
no.
Did you ever make a recording?
Well,
of-
they didn't have
No,
things
it
like
was-
recordings.
No, it would have been in the very early days because it was before the First World War, wasn't it?
before?
The medals were all about 1912, 1911.
Oh,
Well,
that-
we were married in 1929, you see, and I hadn't heard of a cornet then, apart from an ice cream one.
But I mean, he played at the Crystal Palace in London.
Oh yes, he beat
yeah.
Yes, James.
the winner.
You want some more?
He was the winner. Yes, he beat the one who later became one of the foremost
Yes.
cornet players.
Think of
Sorry,
that.
Josh. He beat the.
In the competition which he won was one of the players who became one of the nationally known cornet
Oh yes,
later on.
yes. Well, somewhere I think you have one of the grandchildren I think has a write up about the.
Yeah, I find
Oh, that'll be Hillary.
Yes, I think she has all the details.
She keeps all these things.
Hillary is your historian for the family?
Well, she's the woodworm. I mean the lumber rat.
Will you have some?
I will.
That's an American expression, isn't it?
What?
A lumber rat.
A lumber rat.
The lumber
Yes,
is the
my
Canadian logging.
colleague in South Africa came from Oklahoma, and apart from having a huge party when Oklahoma went wet,
Went wet. What do you mean by that?
Started drinking alcohol.
Oh,
he was he used to talk about these lumber rats who collected everything and would throw anything
Well,
away.
you drank my tea, you just drunk it.
What? I'm sorry, John, I don't know a lumber rat. What's a lumber rat?
It's somebody who collects, who can't bear to part with anything that they've got, and so they just get accumulating more and more and
We
more.
call it a pack rat.
Oh, pack rat you call it. You call it a lumber rat.
Well, that's good to know. Well, that's an Oklahoma expression.
Yeah, well, it came from Oklahoma. And it had
Well, I have to ask my friend from Muskogee.
Thank you, man.
I have a friend at church from Muskogee. I'll ask him what a lumber rat is. See if he can tell me.
I was 19. No, 20.
and
20.
you're younger.
Rings a bell.
Four.
No, 4 years.
4 years younger. Oh, yes.
But Rena's 6 years younger.
Oh, it's nice and hot.
If you stop blinking a minute, I'll give you some
I
tea.
don't know, you see, I
Michael, you're on camera.
Edward and Brenna.
can't remember.
What are you reading, Michael?
No, I can't remember. I just remember that.
What's it about?
Because I wasn't home then. I was away at boarding school.
No.
Just a quick rundown. How far are we into this?
Was this during the war?
No, I-
Looks like you're almost through.
Yeah.
I used to go to the, I used to come up to your house.
About the Kremlin, I guess.
Oh, yes, I
It's
was
not
in the
actually. It's
Saturday
about
morning, didn't
an
I?
American Secretary of State
Yes,
who
it's coming back to me.
goes insane.
That was
Is it a
when
recent
war
one?
started.
When I played, we did.
10 years old.
Oh, it's 10 years.
We did a
Oh.
concert.
very current. Most members of our cabinet are like that.
Well, Philip and
no, it was
Barbara read a lot
A reform.
of those spy novels.
Near Bellevue.
Right,
I'd like to get into
A
it
reform.
one of these days.
Naughty girls.
right. And I played a bee. Well, I'm going to take a picture of these.
Well, John, what are we looking at over the fence
Over
there?
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do I see there in the distance?
Wharfdale. Airedale, Lower Airedale.
What's the town there? Or that's not the town. That's
No, it's just Bradford's over
well,
there.
there's a little village up on the hill there on the right.
Yes, that's Windhill.
So this old wall here, is that 300 years old or something?
No,
like
not
that?
quite.
No?
Michael built that one.
So I'm panning around here.
That's
There's your car and my
300
car.
years old, yes.
Oh, this house next door.
That one, yes.
Uh-huh.
That's rather a nice one.
And here's
This
the old.
is
This was there are two.
1650, 1660, something like that. With the older work above and the new work down below. And it's been re-roofed, so it's not the original roof.
Now this is one wing. You say that there
This
are
is-
people living in
yes.
the other side. The opposite side?
Yes, at the moment.
Uh-huh.
The
Now did
cen-
they restore the other side too?
No,
or-
the other part's not restored. And the oldest section is the middle section.
I see.
So it's like
That's your back wall.
a
and-
letter C. With it's two wings with a cross wing, and the cross wing's the first part. This is the second, and the far wing is the third.
I see. So the three parts: the near, and then the middle, and then the far.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and it was originally timber frame, not this part. This was always been stone. You can see it.
Well, should we go inside?
See it from the front.
Oh, all right. Have it on. So we're looking at the middle and the front part now.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was originally timber, replaced in stone. And then this wing, the south wing, was built. And that then last is the north wing.
I see. I'm turned around. That seems, that's north. We're looking.
Yes, it's on the north end of the building, as
Really?
opposed. Sorry, west end. West end. This is east. That's
West
west.
and east?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
There is a bit added on the north side.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. And this is the part that you built right here.
This restored.
On the
yes,
east end.
Yes, yes, the east end. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
How are you? You're quiet. Hello, Lion.
Okay. Again.
There's the date stone. What's left of it?
Is there a date on it?
1699.
Well, let me pan in on this here. Say that?
Nearly, yes. 16.
Trace it out for us here. Where
Wait a minute.
where are we here?
Bring it down.
Oh, okay.
Domo, it must have said there.
1699.
99.
All right. Did you keep it here on the?
Keep it because I haven't done anything with it.
Okay.
You see, it's not worn at all. It's in good condition. Is that? I mean, it's grown moss since we took it out.
Right.
Since I took it out, but it's not weathered at all, and it's see, it's red. So it's been in a fire, or rather, it's been in the fireplace. Let's put it,
Right.
leave it here. Might do
So you say you found one piece out in the garden,
one out here. Obviously been thrown out,
and one piece was embedded in the wall.
and one was inside upstairs.
Oh
Yes.
my. That's
And they
amazing.
knocked out the fireplace in the first floor. So it was smashed out in about 1880 when they lifted the roof. The roof's been lifted a couple of feet. You can see where the stones are thicker,
Uh-huh.
and the tabling's Victorian.
Uh-huh.
The original tabling was just a little bit lower. Oh, Michael's brought his car up.
Oh, they're out here.
Oh, I just scared Mary away.
And there was originally a window there, a two-light window, that's like that. And that one wasn't there, that was down there. And I pushed it up there. So that
So you changed the windows all
I've
around?
changed the windows around, yes. That one was, the door was there when we came,
I see.
but there had originally been a two-light window there. So that you've got just lights across, all lights on the first floor and the new ones on the bottom.
So the ones at the top are the original, or
They're the old.
They were
yes,
here
they're
already.
They're the original.
the casings, the casements you call them?
No, the casements are the frames, the wood, or in this case metal.
What do you call them?
They call them lights. They're actually
Lights?
windows. Yes. You see that's single light.
I see.
That's two light. The kitchen ones are. The front one is a 5 light with a
5.
4 light on the front in our room and a 2 light right at the top of the building.
Oh, I see. It tells you how many
Just the
pieces
number of
there are.
holes there are in the wall, as it were, to let light through. It's- How are they going back?
Oh, looks like Hayden and Hilda.
Oh,
are-
you're giving them a lift down.
They're leaving us in the midst of our lecture here. Well, we'll take a pause from the lecture. Lovely seeing you again.
Penny potato.
Do you
Yes.
you know each other?
Yes,
Yes.
he's my husband.
Oh, you will know him then.
Did
won't
you get any potatoes? I'll have to dig you some up. Pardon?
Here I go.
No, I didn't get them, did I?
I think Michael's waiting for
How long have we been married? 50 odd years.
It's going down. It was 60.
60.
Eh? 60 years. 60 years
1929.
with the same woman.
1929. Did Francine like us now?
Yes, and they came at a very opportune time.
Did they? Oh, God!
Well, good luck.
Here's my Bible. Oh, that's nice. Lips, lips in order.
There's a picture of the moss here on the walk from Barbara.
Oh, that one. Thought I heard.
Are we going inside for the tour now? Is it
Oh, we can do. There's a bit of the original
anything else you
before
want
the.
to discuss about these windows and the? Let's see,
No,
the
there's,
original.
before they had the drain pipes and things. See, there's the remains of the old gargoyle type
What?
thing for throwing the water off there. That's
Oh,
that
yes,
stone is
right.
sticking out there.
Well, did you rebuild this wall?
No, I've.
You just,
no,
but you,
it's-
well, you must have done something because you changed the windows around.
Oh yes, I've put that window in there. And,
It was
I've
a matter of
rebuilt,
tearing out some.
taken
stone.
out and put some, put it back. Yes,
Put it back.
yes.
Never tasted anything. Didn't taste it after.
But you didn't take all the bricks down and start
No,
over.
only
Just-
about 70%.
70%.
So
Well,
it's
that's
between about, yes, between
You-
50,
you
50, 60%.
You replaced 70% of the.
It's been taken out and put back, yes.
Oh, big job.
All this has been from ground level
Oh, get this little
right
kid.
up to the top here.
Get this little
Oh.
picture.
I see.
Oh yes, our feral
Oh,
kittens.
oh, the kittens.
Some potatoes.
I can't do it just at the moment.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't
Well,
have
we're
any.
going round the house.
You told me you didn't have any
Well, you can
pets.
stop it.
You told me you didn't have any pets, John.
These aren't pets, these are wild.
Where'd they really? They're beautiful. Where'd they come from?
They live next door.
Oh,
well,
I
they
see.
live outside.
Well, who takes care of these kittens here?
Maybe next door or me. From what they
Aren't they cute?
one cat took off what I found in a harbour mist. Well, I've had a look. No, I found white turnips.
No,
Barbara.
what about in the jam pan?
There's a little screen and they see lettering comes up.
She's had people up there till about 4:30 today.
The wedding was yesterday.
Yeah.
But they just go on and on, don't they,
And
nowadays?
a lot of people came in from out of town.
Yes,
You know, not
yeah.
just all his friends from up in Scarborough and around. So it was
Yeah.
it was a nice event.
Yeah. Oh, well, where was the wedding?
Up the street, just at that church up at the top.
Very nice. The one that's had the spire knocked off. It looks as though it has.
Spire knocked out.
Yes, have you not noticed?
It's on this road.
Yes, higher up.
Yes.
But I always think someone's knocked the spire off the top. It looks as though it was probably dangerous and so.
But it was nice, and they had a lady preacher.
Yeah.
So that was lady vicar, or whatever you call her.
I don't know. Deaconess.
Deaconess. Yeah.
Deaconess, perhaps. I don't think there's any lady.
It looks like something from the CIA with this, doesn't it?
That's enough. That's
Okay.
enough.
Yes, that will
Okay.
do.
Well, this is our friend. These are our friends, Tony and Una and Tony Marks.
Yeah.
And we're here in the living room of our digs, our free hotel, and looking out over the field there. And
You'll see our reflection.
for the first time, we
in
get
the
to
window.
see the.
This is
Yeah.
for our son,
Yeah.
who didn't get to come.
What happened
Our
to
other
this?
son.
What happened to the moon?
Paul.
Oh, there
Yes.
it
We
is. It's out
do,
there somewhere.
yes.
Yeah, Paul.
Two
So-
children.
Paul and Kristen. Our daughter Kristen.
Kristen.
This is her Range Rover. going by the house. This is the garden. And that's our rental car. This is their van we use for deliveries. Here we go into the kitchen. Here is a little washing machine. We'll go into the breakfast room. It's really small in here, so I can't get in there. Picture of Rena. Lounge that we just this is the carpet. This is a picture of Anthony and Reiner. Clocks everywhere.
Like the
to see these pants and then this wedding cake. Upstairs. There's another clock. Oops, bathroom. This is Rena's room. Another great view. Just finished decorating. Nice carpet. Another great view.
spent a number of his last days.
I'll take a picture of the sign.
Paid him before, and he said, yeah, well, you know, why are you putting the price up? You haven't anything different in the shop or anything like that. He used to have arguments about it, so at the finish he'd say, oh, well, go on then.
Well, then he bought, the barber bought the house. Didn't the barber buy the
Yes,
house?
oh yes. It's his son that lives next door to me.
Yes, because I met him the last time.
Yeah.
The son and the daughter lived with the father over there. That real pretty girl.
The father lived in it originally with his wife and daughter, and then they moved
Over
above the shop. They lived, and then the son came in, and then he bought your dad's house, and then they've moved out yesterday.
Really?
Mm.
Well, who's going
They've
to
got a shop now over Leeds Road, a barber's shop over Leeds Road. So they've gone there and there's accommodation there. So that's why I've let it to the students this year.
Really?
You never know what they're going to do, you know, the bad property.
So you've got,
Says
so
that.
now you've got students living next door.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Have you been in there?
Not recently, but
Did
I've
they
been.
did they redo the kitchen?
Hmm?
Did they redo the kitchen?
Oh yes, yes. That cement floor put in.
Did they?
Yes, before they went in. I don't know who did that, but I remember them, you know, getting the cement floor put in. Yeah.
Because that kitchen was a mess.
It was, wasn't it? Absolutely. See, I had mine done a few years ago. It's all cemented because, you know, the flags were uneven.
Uh-huh.
And I knew a chap that did labouring and that, and I thought, well, I'll get him in and have it done. But your dad's wasn't so bad then. You know, the flags in there weren't so bad then. Now, your mother kept up with it, but you see, when your dad came, he wouldn't spend any money.
No.
At all. He wouldn't spend any money at all. You couldn't get it out of him. And when he got his free bus pass, well, I thought he'd be going to Timbuktu with it.
You couldn't get him out of the house, could you?
Pardon?
Had a hard time getting him out of the house, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was what we were hoping it would do, you know, get him out. But the first time he went, I took him to Halifax. Because all the way along, you know, you're saying, oh, I know that pub, and I know, and I know that pub, and I know the other pub. Oh, yeah. Yes, I used to deliver there at that one, you know.
Yeah.
And we had to walk around Halifax. We didn't stay very long, and then came back. I said, now then, you've used your free bus pass. Yeah, it doesn't cost you any money, and you haven't got a card. I said, you can hop on one at the end of Melbourne Terrace, and there's no need for you to, you know, to go far. Just take a run up to Whipsey or somewhere like that, and come back on the next bus or come back on the same bus.
Yeah.
But he was beginning to go then. He was beginning to, didn't know what was wrong, but he knew that he wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So he didn't make very much use of his bus pass, but he did frighten us to death one morning. This was when he was more or less in bed, than out of it, you know.
Mm.
And or if he'd had a bad night, he'd perhaps sleep in a bit longer next morning. And there was something going off at the wool exchange, which I said to Annie, shall we go down? And we had a look to see if his curtains, he always drew his curtains in the morning and opened the front door. And his curtains were drawn, so we thought, oh, he's still in bed. Because we weren't going to stay long, we were only going for an hour. When we came back, I looked at the window, I said, there's something wrong. He never sleeps in this long, you know, this length of time. So I gets the key, opens the door, shouting Albert at the top of my voice, you know, no response at all. And then I rushed up the stairs and there's Annie stood in the hall. I said to her, get in the rooms and have a look, see if he's in there and in the kitchen or down in the cellar. I said, well, I'm up here looking. And he wasn't nowhere about. So I couldn't make it out.
He wasn't there.
Pardon?
He wasn't there. Albert was not in the house?
No, he wasn't in the house at all. So I thought, where the devil has he gone to? You know, I thought, has he used his bus pass like I said he should have done, and he's gone for a run out. No, we couldn't make it out. I rang the Dillon Club. I said, was he in last night? Oh yes, well I think so. Well, there was that many people in where I didn't notice him, you know, that sort of answer you got. And then by this time it was getting on for dinner time, so I rang Renner up, Anthony. I said, I don't know what to do. I said, your father's gone out of the house and we can't find him. Oh dear. So what does Anthony do? He rang the police straight away.
Mm-hmm.
And they came up. Oh no, they said to him that if he isn't back in 1 hour, ring us again, you see, and we'll do something about it. Because we didn't know just how long he'd been gone out of the house. And what happened next? Oh, the police started ringing round the hospitals, and then they rang and they said that he was in St. Luke's. And what had happened, he was in severe pain during the night, and he rang the emergency doctor, and the emergency doctor came, sent him up to the hospital straight away. Well, that emergency doctor should have left a note.
Yeah,
You know, somewhere
something.
Yes.
to tell us where he'd gone to. Of course, Renner and Anthony went up straight away to St. Luke's, but he didn't know them because they'd given him an injection by then. He didn't know them. But he frightened us to death that morning.
So he got himself into St. Luke's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night they took him up there. Oh yes, they don't do it now. They give you pills that knock you out in the house, you know, until next day, and they give you a note to tell you to get your own doctor in if the pain doesn't come back. Just, you know, contact your own doctor.
So,
Yeah.
So how are Alan and Doreen?
Pardon?
How are Alan and Doreen?
Oh, they're going on all right. Yeah, the both of them are doing all right. They, did I tell you I had a card from, they call Dorian's husband Stuart,
Yeah.
and he's very bad with asthma. Every
Oh.
now and again he gets a really severe do, you know, can't breathe.
oh, that's too bad.
He still works, you know, teaching. And the latest thing is they're always in these, she's taken her MA, you know, through the seniors, what do they call them now? There's a special name for them when they go back to school.
Night
When they go back
school
to
or
school.
something, or
Yeah, university.
what did they call that?
For the, oh, I nearly had it then. Goes through my mind and it goes away that quick. And
extension school or something? No,
Yeah.
that's what we call it.
in various subjects. Anyway, she got through. And then I said to her, you know, have you any more plans? She says, oh yes, I want to go for a higher degree. So they keep going in for different ones, and Stuart will go with her, although he's a teacher, you know, he'll go to the classes and that with her. And the latest one is, that she's come up with, oh no, hypnotism.
Oh,
Hypnotism.
oh, that's interesting.
That's what she's going for to London now, and of course the commuting at the weekends backwards and
Really?
forwards to London. So going for this new, so Stuart sent me a card, and on the card he said, I've just been watching a race round Westminster. He said, it's proved most interesting. I thought, well, what the devil's he doing at Westminster? Watching a, what do you call it? And Doreen not being with him. So when she got on the phone after they came back, she usually rings me once a week. I said, what was Stuart doing at Westminster then while you were in the class? She said, oh, he's got fed up with it, he doesn't want to do it anymore. It's not his theme. I said, well, what the devil are you doing it for? She said, I like it. She said, it's proving most interesting.
He likes the hypnotism.
This is hypnotism, and they have to get an insurance. They insure them all that goes into the class, you know, in case
Really?
anything happens when they're hypnotising one another. I don't know whether they have it in America, but we had it on television here. When people have got a problem and they can't find the way out of it, then they go into this class. And the person that they've, you know, spoken to about it, they work it through. They don't take any part. They just sit and watch them working through their problems. And when we used to watch it on television, I thought, oh, this is interesting. This is something new. It isn't something new. And at the end of it, when the series finished, which was about 13 weeks, then they allowed these people to come forward to say whether they'd been helped with this, watching their lives, you know, opening up in front of them and why they've got worried about this, that and the other. And they said, yes, it had helped.
Did the
So
pe-
that's what she's doing, hypnosis. Yeah.
That would have been an interesting series to watch.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So what's Alan doing?
Well, I don't know, he's going, they're sending him in for management. And this surprises me with Alan, because he's one of these, you know, he just saunters through life. He's
That's right. He's like me.
You know, yes. Doesn't bother about it, nothing upsets him, he just goes ahead. And they're sending him now to different places. They were going to Bournemouth, he was going to Bournemouth for a week for management. And he's getting near retirement age.
You sure?
He wanted to take early retirement.
How old is Alan now? Is he about?
He's 58.
He's the same age as I am.
Yeah. So he wanted to take early retirement, and evidently they won't let them when they're in, you know, in a, what do you call it, school. Since I've had this operation and had the, what do you call it, you know, anaesthetic, it hasn't worn off yet with me. You know, I can still get lapses of memory with it.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Well, you're doing very well.
what they're training him for, I just don't know, because he'll be finished in about 6 years' time.
Uh-huh.
You know, he'll be in retirement. So they wouldn't let him retire for some reason or the other. It's a government.
He's in the, what do you call it?
He's in customs and
Customs.
excise,
Yeah.
but it's a government thing, you know. It's
Mhm.
like senior services.
So what's the thing he'll be able to do
You know,
for?
they're all employed by the government, and
Yeah.
they're ruled by them. Yeah. He's done it all his life ever since he went into, you know, to go into work. He's
So
done
they-
that sort of thing.
They'll let him retire when he's 65?
Civil servant.
Civil
I've got
servant.
it at last. He's a civil servant.
Right.
Yeah.
And he can retire when he's 65?
Yeah.
Well, and now you're a great grandmother now, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a great grandma now.
Really?
And all the photographs they've sent me, I sent them on to Doreen, so I haven't a photograph to show you.
Oh,
That's her wedding there,
yeah.
the boy that she's married. That one. And that's Alan and Dorothy abroad. They were abroad somewhere when that was taken.
Dorothy doesn't look any different.
Hmm?
Dorothy doesn't look any different.
No, no. And that's me outside the door. One of the students, a student that come from Russia, took that. Sent me one on when he got them proofed.
Would you have anybody living with you now?
Yes, there's one from Germany now. She's
Really?
just gone out this morning. That's Susan and the.
All right. What about that girl that played the trumpet?
Hmm?
What about that girl that played the trumpet?
We don't see her now. No, she's finished. She's finished
Yeah.
now.
Susan is your granddaughter?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's Alan's girl.
yeah.
Right.
That's Alan with Susan outside the. Is it their garden? No, it's
No,
outside
that's
the
church, yeah.
place where we went for a meal. That's another part of it. That
Yeah.
archway there. That was in the grounds of the place. This is the interior of the place, not unlike where Francine's place, you know, where
Yeah.
we were this weekend.
That's Nadine's daughter, isn't it?
Pardon? Nadine's daughter.
Nadine?
That's
She's
Nadine. Yes.
pretty.
Do you remember Nadine at all?
Yes, she was Rena's best friend.
I'll say. Yes, well, Brenda was at the wedding, you see, so of course we were quite pleased to see Nadine. She's employed by the social services in Canada,
Yes. And you are younger.
younger. That was one that I cut out of the
Oh,
paper for
right.
you to see. Well,
Did you get that one?
I'll hold them while you're busy reading them.
Can you get them?
Well, can you hold them in the same place? Because I can't, I don't know where.
Where?
Well, I can't find her, you see, when you move them around. Wait a minute here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, I can't see it. Yeah, I guess that's better.
Did you get that?
No, it's Kristen there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes that Zoom lens didn't do too well.
That lad that was up on that thing there, he's going to Canada on the 18th of this month. If he likes it there, he'd probably stop.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Alan.
That's Alan.
Uh-huh.
And That's his daughter Susan.
All right.
And that's Alan's wife Dorothy.
That's Dorothy.
She reminds
They go
me of
abroad
somebody.
every year.
She
She
reminds
can-
me of.
Doreen started to correspond with a French girl, and she didn't keep it up, and Dorothy took it on. And she's, you know, kept it on all these years. So last year they went across to see this lady. She's married now and has 2 sons. And they had a wonderful time with them in France.
Oh,
Yeah.
Looks just like number 8.
yeah.
But the telephone should be here.
Right.
Bathroom halfway up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're standing right. Right. Hang on. That's the hallway. Going up to the bedrooms. Locked. That was the attic.
Yeah.
So,
I know. You got a bedroom in there?
Oh, look at all this.
I know.
Isn't this wonderful? Bathroom and all. Oh,
yes, it's a flat on its own.
marvelous.
You wouldn't have thought they could do that.
So this is what you give to your German students?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. So she has
Is everything deep freeze,
deep freeze.
ordinary
Right.
freezer?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's something. Considering what they used to look like.
Church. And he originated from America. And I think it was after the war was over, he decided to go into the ministry. And of course he's travelled, you know, all around the place, Germany and all the lot he's been to. And then he, still getting older, he thought he'd like somewhere more settled. And so they came to Bradford because we were in that position at the time. We hadn't a minister. He'd left and had gone, him and his wife had gone back to London because of the wife's mother was very ill. So they went back there. And we were looking for somebody to fill this space. And a lot of the churches in the north were beginning to deteriorate. You know, very few people going. So he decided that he'd make our church, which is a new one, the main one, and then he would, you know, spread himself out around Bradford. going in, you know, different ones to preach at the weekends. We'd perhaps have him twice a month, you know, and then the rest of the time he'd be off, you know. So after he'd finished, he retired altogether. He'd seen that much of Bradford and the North and the Dales that him and his wife decided to retire here. Now in his retirement he started writing his autobiography, and he was sending out to the different churches, you know, people that knew him, and he'd send out these little pamphlets. I'll show you what they're like for him.
To help him write his book.
And they proved most interesting. You see, he'd just send them out like that.
Oh, I see.
And it'd be all what's happened to him during his ministry. And really, there's some good sense in it. Some really good sense in it.
Oh, that's nice.
I think this is the one where he mentions America.
Lives in Huddersfield. He lives in Huddersfield?
Yes, that's where he's living now.
Uh-huh.
Where they're living. Yeah. Yes,
That you were
they,
involved with? Uh-huh.
it's how it's in among these anyway. It's how they got going in America. Dates back to about 1800. You know, perhaps earlier than that. It might have been 1700. But
So you're collecting them all?
well, I thought these are going to be interesting to somebody. You know, of interest.
Sure.
That's in a church, because it gives them ideas, you know, of how to set up an afternoon preaching, you know, sermon, how to set up a sermon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you want to give them to Paul?
Go and have a look at the milk. Down. I've left it on under a low light, but it might be boiling over by now. What were you saying, Barbara?
I said, are you going to give these to Paul?
Yes, some of them. I haven't put all of them in. I've only put some of them in.
Uh-huh.
But I think, you know, it might...
That's right.
was all...
Don't bother. So,
No, she's expecting you over there.
over now.
Yes,
Well, one we better go.
We came for you.
she came to take a picture of the house.
Oh, it's my friend Adam's going with us to the Norfolk
Hello.
Yard.
Oh, so you're going there today?
Yes.
for lunch.
Well, if you don't want to come over, we'll go back and have a cup of coffee with her.
We have to pick her up later.
'cause
We
John-
just had our coffee, haven't we?
All right, well, we'll go back and have a cup of
Yeah, I
coffee
didn't know
with
what
her.
time you'd have, you
Yeah.
say.
Because we're going to go with John. John's going to pick us up.
Yeah.
Also, you got new carpeting.
No, I just want to turn in.
Oh.
It's getting warm, I'm just saying it, it's getting that.
It looks nice.
Oh, it says me.
Still looks nice.
Yeah. You can have a look, this is the decorating they've just done.
Yeah.
And they put all these heating pipes, you see.
Oh, right.
Have the,
Oh, up
yeah.
oh.
I've just been doing my ironing, I thought I'll put some curtains up in the bedroom, some different ones.
Well, we came by earlier, but I couldn't remember the number.
Oh.
So I didn't know which one to punch, you know, to get in.
Yeah, well I'll be in, because I only came about 10.
Oh.
How are you feeling this morning, Dan?
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a bit
wonderful.
flat for one, isn't it?
No.
Oh, you have lots of room here. This is all yours too here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've done the bathroom as well and put the low ceiling in and all these new pipes, you say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cozy.
The bedroom.
It's very
It's
cozy.
morning thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it? Quite big.
Yeah.
Yes, it's grand.
Brenna said something about you'd have liked your dad's trinket set. Did you really want it?
Oh, no. What was it? No, that's fine. I think that's good that you've got that.
Oh,
Looks
I
nice.
thought, well, if Barbara wants it, you can take it. Are you sure?
Yes, yes. No, I'm
So,
glad you got that.
I've got Christine up there.
Yes.
Now Nancy's wedding. Yes, it was a lovely wedding on
Wasn't it a
Saturday,
nice wedding?
wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
This is a sunny, warm apartment you have.
Yes, it
Very
is.
nice.
Yes, because I've just got all the heating on this morning.
We'll go back and have a...
Well, she said something about what you're coming over for. She was a bit awkward yesterday, you know, Auntie Ina. So I thought, oh, I won't bother.
She probably forgot.
And then Irene came and I said, oh, we'll have our coffee and that's it.
All right, well, we'll tell her that you're going to come over then.
Yes, we'll pick her up
Yeah.
about 20 to 12.
All right.
I'm right glad you've called.
Yeah. Well, turns out it's still on.
There's Mary. There's Barbara down there. There's Barbara. There's Rennie. There's Edward. There's John. There's Emma.
There's another one down there.
here we are back outside the
Yeah.
Tempest house, and John's going to explain what he did to this wall,
Wow.
which is the kitchen wall, and the bedroom above there.
Yes, kitchen and a bedroom. And this wall has been taken right down, more or less to ground level, and put back. All nicely coursed all the way around.
What's that?
The stonework is all
Mhm.
set in courses.
Yeah. Right.
That's the original kneeler on the at the bottom of the eave there, both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Victorian above that, and it's a lot cheaper when you compare it with the front end of the house, where obviously being the front, we spent more money on it.
Mm-hmm. Now you're saying that when you got this grant, the rules were that windows had to stay at the same level.
Yes, I wanted to put 5 lights in across there, but they wouldn't let me, so that we've got a 3 and a 2 light window at slightly different levels there, and that one, the little landing window, well, it's a landing now.
The one in the middle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I wanted to lift. But,
Would have been nice to move it up, but
yes, but they wouldn't let me. So
That's-
there it is.
they wanted to restore to the original.
Exactly as it is. So that's exactly what they've got.
Well, it's still lovely. It really is.
And the chimney's been stretched a little bit.
Stretched?
Yes, it's been lifted. That stone came from inside.
Oh, you have lifted it.
I've stretched it, yes,
I
from
see.
the original level.
Right, the top part.
It was closed off, just blocked off.
Well, should we take a shot from the other side?
Yes. Ends.
Uh-huh.
And it's got this nice curved face to it. And it's a different kind of stone. It's been brought in, it's not the local stone. This is local.
Well, how old do you suppose that is, that wall?
Oh, well, this wall is only 1900s or thereabouts, because they put the stonework from up above in it.
Oh, but the
buried it.
stones you say came from
The stones came from the roof.
the roof?
They're from the roof, yes.
I see.
So they're, what, 1600?
Oh, I see. The stones go back.
There was some lady called Ellie Nettle who used to live here and sold nettle here. That's why it's 6 days only.
Oh, that's right. This is called Heaton Royds, but
That's the original there, and that's the Victorian one.
6 days only was the original name. No.
No, Heaton Royds is the original.
Heaton Royds is the original. What does 6 days only mean?
Well, it was this hot gospeler who wouldn't sell anything on the Sabbath.
Oh, I see.
So it was Monday to Saturday you could buy produce, but Sunday morning you couldn't buy anything.
I see.
Oh, we're going to get knocked down.
And here we are, the view of the hall. There we are. Royds Hall. So how many families then do we have staying here?
There are two.
Two. You and the
Yes.
in the back.
Yes.
back portion is
Yeah.
Tempest part, and then but it was originally all one.
It was all one, yes. Built for one family. This is the shop end.
I see.
In other words, blacksmith shop or whatever. It was wool and malt. It was in brewing, so it's
It's an old
a brewery.
Is that
This
right?
end.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, he got his kilns over in the field here, but
Oh, I
the
see.
malt kilns. Yes, it was a schoolhouse at one time.
The schoolhouse.
It's virtually the same as the photograph we looked at.
Yeah. There's a photo of taken in 1890
1882.
that we saw in the pub where we
Yeah,
had
in the
lunch
pub,
today.
Yes. And the difference is the kneelers and the height of the roof, which has been lifted, and these, which are Victorian kneelers and tabling, as opposed to the Jacobean. The shape's different, and the stone is different, and its pattern is different. But other than that, you wouldn't know there was any difference.
Well, certainly is a lovely spot.
All the things the photograph shows.
This goes back to
I
way
mean, that's 18.
to that 1800 picture. Just that there weren't any trees then.
Yes, yeah, quite. There are no trees there, so it must have been done more or less after the photo was taken.
And the hall.
That's 1630, so that
Oh, this was
that
just
tree-
as old then.
That's as old, yes.
Oh.
But that was built as a. It was purchased. The land and the fields. The land was purchased for £100, and he built a house in 1632, and he bought it from London speculators.
I see.
Daft as it may seem.
And who belongs to the sign?
And
Royd's Hall. There.
That's ours.
That's
but,
your sign.
But this is still owned by the family that built it, which is unusual. It's there at least 1632.
Same family since
So,
16.
yes, they've got the date stone on the front
Oh, wow.
and the family's initials.
Really? Oh, right up there. I see. Nice.
Take that down, I think. Show it off to nice advantage.
What's the name then? Edon?
No. John. They didn't have a separate J, so that's JD, John Dixon, Anno, year of the Lord, Anno Dom, 1632.
Oh, I see.
That's how it reads.
Anno Dom.
J
16.
Dixon,
J.
Anno
Dixon.
Dom, 1632.
My gosh. And it's still the Dixon family?
And it's still the same family.
Is that right? Think of that. That's marvelous. Yeah. Well, there are more cats than there were the last time we were here. Is this the full contingent now?
No, I think the grandparents are missing.
We're inside now. Here's the hallway.
That's the landing, the little
Landing,
window,
the
which
little
is too
window
low.
which is in the middle of the wall there. It's John wanted to move up, but
That was it.
has a kind of a charm there at that level.
Yes, it has that little je ne sais quoi. And it's typical. I mean, they're all like that, very low down on the floor.
Mm-hmm. And this do you think this would have been?
That's original, in its original place. This was all one room, right the way through. So there were none of these internal walls at all. There was just one room from there right through to there.
So these windows were left in the same.
Yes, that window's original. Three light there.
Mm-hmm.
The bathroom one.
Mm-hmm.
That one. and the ones in our bedroom, which is at this end.
Peek in there.
Complete with a fireplace behind the chest of drawers there.
Now, tell me all of you've added. All the floors you've added, I'm sure.
All the floors have been replaced, yes. Originally they were oak. I mean, they're oak now.
I mean, everything that I see here, I'm sure that you have installed, right?
This is original, but it was obliterated.
Is
And
that
it was just hidden.
that's a fireplace behind there?
It's yes. There we are.
Oh, yes. The secret hiding place.
Hiding place, yes.
Ah. Right.
And that was covered over, and that's where the date stone came from.
Oh yes, we saw that.
Not, I mean that's that's the fireplace it came from. Was in there. And there's the fireplace that was in. Not one, but I mean it's still about. That was the fireplace that was in. With the details of it. And there's the will. No. There, Dan, is a copy of the will.
Really?
That's the copy of his will, and that's the translation of it there.
So it was written in Latin?
No, it's written in English, but it's difficult to make
I
out.
see.
Very difficult to make out. A very forward-looking gentleman. He
Listing all of the...
no, listing what he wanted to do.
Oh.
And it starts off, I've put it deals with the education of the children and well-being of the family and disposition of the goods, continued restoration of buildings, and a full transcription. He got 3 children, and he set aside 2 daughters and a son, and he set aside £300 for their education, of which there's no distinction in gender. So the lad, who was possibly the oldest, didn't get any more than the 2 girls.
Oh.
So much for sexual inequality.
Forward.
There was sexual equality.
I see.
And anything that he got, the lad got extra, is specified. He got the house, he got the land, but his mother got her dowry back, as is the custom of the county of Yorkshire, it says, somewhere in here. So he wasn't doing anything that wasn't usual. And also she could live here for the rest of her natural, which
This is his wife.
This was his wife, yes,
I
so that she had certain rights. So the whole family would live here, 3 generations of
I
them.
see.
Yes, it's quite an interesting little document.
And you found this in the local...
No, this was in the local archives,
Local
yes,
archives.
and there's another one. There are lots of them. The plans of there's the date stone, complete.
Oh, yes.
1690. You see, I've finished it. 90 with an R. Anno Dom, which is what you've got over there. Anno Dom, D-O-M, and it fills it up. So that must be the rest of it.
And what was the name again?
R for Rhodes.
What is it?
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
That's the family name.
Is it R-O-Y-D?
No, R-H-O-D-E-S.
R-H-O-D-E-S.
And it's so similar to Royd, which is an old English word, road, like a road, and their name, Royd, that the 3 are mixed in. And on some documents it says Abraham Rhodes, R-O-A-D-S, of Royds, R-O-Y-D-S. Heaton Royds. Sometimes it says Timothy Royds of Heaton Roads, and you know, changed it around.
Mixed it all around.
Yeah, those are them. bits of the fireplace that came out, and bits of timber that came out. Yes, there we are.
Impressions there, right there.
That's the. That's this. It's a Bressumet, presumably Bressumet timber. So it's decorative timber which would run right across the width of the hall. Yes. There we are.
And you say this is done by
That's done
tools, the pattern was drawn
with
directly on,
scribes and compasses and a ruler
drawn directly onto the wood
onto the wood and then cut.
and then
Yeah.
cut.
And this is what it
And they
looks.
did this all around the,
And this is, so I used it for,
clear around the whole,
well, not there,
not there, but
I mean, that's,
other places in
that's false. It would run right across this. This is false as well, but it shows what it looked like because it was this colour. And this is some of the original. This is how they put it in. So this is one of the original beams, and there's been another joist running across there, because those are the ends of the chamfering, with a mortise pin there, and you put the pieces of timber in and knock them up, and then put the next one in.
oh,
So you could build these really quickly, I suppose. And there's the timber work
oh yes,
in plaster.
I see. So you had it copied into
I
plaster?
copied it, yes.
Oh, now I can see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Straight on across, yeah. From 18,
Does he go to a doctor at all, or just?
Well, there never seems to be anything wrong with him. Apart from this time he went to the hospital to have every test under the sun to see why he had these turns. And when we went to see him, as we closed the door from that ward, he was trying to nip out.
looking at this original beams in the ceiling here.
Nice bit of embroidery at the back there.
And what about this wall?
Oh, that's in the line of the original wall. That's original, and the stonework's been put
How
in.
about this diagonal pattern? Is that something you added, or is that?
Well, that's traditional, but that's new. Yes, that's new. It's not.
But it would have been.
It was wood. It had wood panels in between each of these. So, yes, these are original, and this is a new one, but a little bit higher than it should have been. It was down there, and this should be a stone floor.
But you put all oak.
But it's all oak, yes.
Yes.
Matching oak right the way around.
Right.